Ladies and gentlemen, the book is by Gurman, Smile and Tears uh, and Thoughts at the Veterinary Clinic. And the story is Convulsions. A very tall man brought to his poodle for grooming. The owner had gone far when we called him on his cell. Please come back as soon as possible, we told him. Your poodle is having convulsions. As soon as the groomer had placed a 7 months poodle on the table, he felt in the series of epileptic seizures. This breed is predisposition to epilepsy, but it doesn't normally begin at such a young age. The seizures last a minute and follow each other very closely. Seizures that last longer than a minute and occur one after another can kill an animal. His name was Lucky, and his only bit of luck was that our veterinary hospital was right next to the groomers. Sedativeness were administered through the IV, and the seizures decreased in frequency. The main risk in the situation is the possibility of brain molasses. If that happens, the dog may die. The doctor treated him in order to avoid the worst case scenario, and finally his condition stabilized. Now we had a chance to pay attention to the owner. It was painful to look at him. The face with a massive, somewhat trashy-looking man was covered in tears. He well understood that the incident was nobody's fault, just the bad luck of genetic roulette. But he felt paternal feeling towards the poodle. Lucky stayed with us for a couple of days, and though he recovered from the accident, diagnosis was a lifelong condition. The doctor provided the owner with a preventive medicine, while while this does not guarantee Lucky's health. It should reduce the frequency of seizures and their severity. The owner spent hours and hours in the hospital. We became friends. He told us that he is a pilot and he flies huge airlines and he has a good family, but the dog is like a child to him. He was supposed to see the strong and massive man so emotionally over his body. Do you know why people call their pets my baby? I have thought a lot about this, and this is what I came up with. Among the many possible reasons, there is one certain difference between adults and kids. Adults usually try to play everything ahead in time, and kids just live in the moment. When I first came to US, I was surprised that apparently normal, not overly sentimental man and woman with sons and daughters refer to their pets like this is absolutely unheard of in my previous life. Actually, it was even a bit shameful to name a real son and daughters the same name as dogs and cats or even guinea pigs. In addition to love and other feelings, when family relationships are projected into connections with animals, but lonely people, there is one other clear similarity. Young kids and animals have no inclination towards long-term planning. Adults buy insurance for their pets. They expect that later, but maybe years into the future. Something might happen to them and they will need a lot of money for treatment. They vaccinate pets thinking of possibility of future diseases. They make appointments months ahead of time to groom them, and so forth and so forth. On the other hand, kids and animals live together, even now, at the maximum of few moments ahead of the event. They see the change to play, and they start the game. They feel hungry and they start begging for food. They want to pet poop and they start looking for an appropriate spot. It's the way to go. It's to be happy now, not about the future problems.